One of the most inspiring things about Iman is the way that it's able to just affect the way people feel about themselves and affect the way they view their community.
One of Iman's mission is to make sure that we're changing. And there's so many people on the southwest side of Chicago that are underrepresented, that are marginalized, that we really, really need to help. And some of them are reflected within us and within our community.
For me, change is not only changing the community around you, but changing the condition of your heart. Communities are but a reflection of our hearts. And Iman, as an organization working for social change through a human rights lens and racial justice lens, has been working in the community tirelessly over the last 3 years to achieve social justice in our communities.
Iman has been able to inspire a sense of ownership of this space, of this community.
The health clinic here provides free services for the underserved, and this is really an opportunity for the people in this community to get services that they wouldn't get normally from anywhere else.
The clinic itself started because of a group of Muslim students and physicians who were concerned about the socioeconomic concerns in this community.
Every single week, people are treated by doctors who give their time.
The clinic aims to try to change the lives of people in a holistic manner. We don't stop at just treating the diseases and the symptoms, but also the pervasive symptoms of poverty.
It's such an overwhelming and a fulfilling experience that we go through working at Iman, knowing that we can provide that kind of service.
As Muslims and as people in general, it's really important for us to serve humanity as a whole. And Iman takes this principle to heart as we're developing young people as pillars of Iman, but also pillars of the community, pillars of society.
Iman really provides a space where youth can talk, interact, communicate about issues that they normally can't. And that way, we're serving one another because we're learning from one another.
There are very few places and spaces that people can come and feel that they have a sense, again, of dignity.
Something like the Pillars program, it readies youth to really kind of just see where their potential can be.
When I think about Iman's transformative experience with the people on the ground, I think of the underserved and the underprivileged and the disparities in a marginalized community like Chicago Lawn.
Iman has sent many of our leaders down to Springfield for actions to educate legislators around the social justice problems that we're having in our communities. Many of these problems are surfaced around disproportionate incarceration of Black males in the state of Illinois. We have worked tirelessly to educate legislators around this problem by delivering social justice report cards to the legislators that gives them an idea of how they have ranked in passing legislation as it relates to nonviolent drug offenses.
Change to me means growth, and change is also to be willing to surrender what you are for what you could become. And for Project Restore to bring in ex-offenders that are under this stigma of, total criminalization of our community, to being real contributing and protectors of this community now is something that has really changed them and changed our community for the better.
Community Cafe is probably the only space of its kind available to the Muslim community and the larger community.
And what we've been able to do is really use art and culture as kind of our foundation for bringing people together when it comes to our global and our national work. We've been able to do this right here in Chicago on the southwest side, but also all across Chicagoland. We've even gone into New York now, and we're planning to continue doing this on an international scale with taking it to the streets in June of 2010.
Through the Community Cafe, Iman has inspired an opportunity for conversation that raises the consciousness of our community members around the social justice issues that we face daily.
To serve is to never look away, and to understand and to proactively engage in weaving a common human narrative, and to really rally around our common struggles and to celebrate our triumphs. The Prophet ﷺ said that if one part of your body hurts, your whole body hurts. And that's how important it is to serve, but also to inspire.
The Green Reentry Project is a partnership with the City of Chicago's Department of Environment. And the goal is to buy up some of the vacant property in the neighborhood and transform that property into an energy efficient, green retrofitted piece of property. And that work will be done by ex-offenders who have been trained in energy efficient and green construction.
In our attempt to finally address the issue of immigrant-owned liquor stores in urban communities, Iman will be working both with community residents and store owners to seek a profound and hopefully transformative intervention into this issue in the next coming year, both by seeking and exploring a legislative initiative and by mobilizing to create the both will and capacity to produce an alternative and inspiring business model that gives back to the community in a capacity that is reflective of both the values and ideals of the Muslim tradition.
Iman continues to be that one organization where you have all these different aspects of Muslim identity, establishing this Muslim cultural identity in America, in the US, steeped both in its indigenous roots and in the roots of those immigrant communities that have come here, and is one of the only organizations throughout the world that is able to do this and able to have this vision that just about everyone can be a part of.
So we want to thank you for all of your support these past 3 years. All of the work that we've accomplished is simply fruits of your Iman.
Thank you so much for your generous contributions in these last 3 years, and we look forward to your continued support in the years to come.